Feeling perpetually exhausted, mentally dull, and emotionally drained, you might be experiencing what's commonly referred to as adrenal fatigue. But what is really happening inside your body? Hello, all. Dr. Neha Garg here, a functional nephrologist and an Ayurvedic health counselor. Today, we will go over the 3 stages of adrenal exhaustion and what you can do for each of these stages. Our body's stress response is managed by a finely tuned system called the HPA axis, the hypothalamus in the brain, the pituitary gland, and the adrenal glands. When faced with stress, this HPA axis releases cortisol, which is the body's main stress hormone. This is what helps you rise to the occasion and keeps you going. But chronic stress with never-ending deadlines, trauma, lack of sleep, toxic relationships, prolonged illness, all of these can push the system into a constant overdrive. Eventually, the adrenal glands, they wave a white flag from exhaustion. This process happens in 3 stages. We will look at all these 3 stages and their solutions next. The first stage is the alarm phase, where you are wired but thriving. In this stage, your body floods you with cortisol and adrenaline, the 2 stress hormones. You might feel energized with high performance initially, but persistent demand makes this unsustainable. If this initial high is followed by insomnia, irritability, anxiety, and sugar cravings, then it is a red flag that the engine is starting to run hot. A brisk walk, yoga, Pilates, a gym workout will help cool the engine at this stage. Proper breathing technique is very helpful, and practices with long and slow exhalation will help bring the HPA axis into balance. Reducing stimulants like tea, coffee, and instead drinking more water, high magnesium foods, vitamin C, and omega-3 fatty acids will help bring you back to normal. The next stage is the resistance or adaptation phase, where you are wired but easily tired. In this phase, the cortisol levels, they start to fluctuate. You feel the ups and downs with increasing mood swings, but you manage to push through. In this stage, you start gaining abdominal weight along with mood swings, brain fog, and difficulty with focus. This stage is already beyond the tipping point, so it is very important to have a daily grounding routine with Nadi Shodhan Pranayam or Tai Chi exercises, along with vigorous exercises like running, Zumba, or swimming. Make enough time for sleep. Magnesium, omega-3 fatty acids, and vitamin C are essential for proper adrenal function, and they help in resetting the cortisol axis. Some herbs can also be helpful. These are licorice root, which can be used as licorice tea, and ginseng. Both of these, they help during the low phase when the cortisol is running low. They are great for anti-fatigue effect, but blood pressure needs to be monitored if you're taking these frequently, because both ginseng and licorice can increase the blood pressure in some people. The third and the last stage is adrenal exhaustion phase. This is when you're always tired, always fatigued, and depressed. This last phase can often be labeled as chronic fatigue syndrome or fibromyalgia by your primary care provider. Your cortisol tank is essentially empty. Everything feels hard, getting up, thinking clearly, or even feeling joyful. Your immune system also starts to act up and inflammation flares up with joint aches, easy muscle aches, easy injuries, and osteoporosis. The blood pressure can also run low, making you feel unsteady and weak. It is best to see a functional medicine doctor now, so some hormonal testing can be done to assess the HPA axis function. Then a proper plan can be initiated to help support the pituitary and the adrenal glands. At this stage, all interventions become important, from hydration to proper breathing to nutrient supplements and herbs taken under supervision. Commonly used herbs are Rhodiola, which increases mental performance and improves tissue sensitivity to cortisol. Next is St. John's wort, which lifts the mood by increasing serotonin levels, and it also balances HPA axis. However, St. John's wort has many interactions with prescription medicines, and it should always be taken after consultation with your doctor. Magnesium, vitamin C, omega-3 fatty acids, and B vitamins are foundational for adrenal repair, and try to include them in your diet whenever going through a high stress phase. Lastly, no pill replaces lifestyle. Prioritize adequate sleep and rest. Learn to say no more often. Breathe deeply with long exhalations. Healing the adrenals is like a marathon and will take some consistent effort. The good news is many of these interventions are easy to do at home. All it takes is an action plan. So let's get started. Till next time, stay healthy, stay well. Please subscribe for more wisdom to restore your energy, balance, and joy. Namaskar.